The ceremonial was considered as art. The photos on display here are taken by Hugo Jager, a former personal photographer of Adolf Hitler. He traveled with Hitler in the years leading up to power and throughout World War II. Adolf Hitler makes keynote address at Reichstag session, Kroll Opera House, Berlin, 1939. He was one of the few photographers who were using color photography techniques at the time. As the war was drawing to a close in 1945, Jaeger hid the photographs in a leather suitcase. Adolf Hitler and Joseph Goebbels, in box, at Charlottenburg Theater, Berlin, 1939. He then encountered American soldiers, prompting fears of potential arrest and prosecution for carrying around so many images of such a wanted man. When the soldiers opened the case, however, their attention was distracted by a bottle of cognac they found there, which they opened and shared with Jaeger. Annual midnight swearing-in of SS troops at Feldernau, Munich, 1938. Jaeger buried the photographs inside 12 glass jars outside Munich. The photographer returned to the burial place over several years to ensure they were safe. Richtertingfest, 1934. He dug up all of the photographs 10 years later in 1955, storing them in a bank vault. In 1965, Jaeger sold them to Life magazine. 1937 Reich Party Congress, Nuremberg, Germany. Nazi Party was not just a political organization, it was an evil psychological propaganda machine. The Nazis had an incredible sense of aesthetics and fully understood the power of iconography and branding. Adolf Hitler salutes troops of the Condor Legion who fought alongside Spanish nationalists in the Spanish Civil War during a rally upon their return to Germany, 1939. Here we see the Nazi world through these rare color photos. The symbols and colors of Nazism were all carefully orchestrated to have maximum psychological effect. Adolf Hitler speaking at the Lustgarten, Berlin, 1938. There was nothing accidental about the structure of the crooked cross or the usage of dramatic colors such as red, white and black, long, draping banners and standards with Roman eagles and gilded leaves. All were designed to evoke images of strength, power, and a connection to history. Berlin illuminated at midnight in honor of Hitler's 50th birthday, April 1939. Nazi symbols are alluring, they look good in an evil way. Crowds cheering Adolf Hitler's campaign to unite Austria and Germany, 1938. They are sharp, carefully tailored to catch the eye, and made to inspire passions. The armbands worn on black uniforms are a striking statement of virility and supreme confidence. League of German girls dancing during the 1938 Reich Party Congress, Nuremberg, Germany. On the SS uniforms, the addition of the skull and crossed bones, the Totenkopf, was a deliberate move to instill fear and terror in the hearts of anyone who faced the uniform. The men wearing it felt empowered by the menacing appearance of the uniform. Nazi officials on their way to Fullersleben Volkswagen Works cornerstone ceremony, 1938. The ceremonial was considered as art. There was nothing accidental or incidental about Nazi pageantry. Adolf Hitler at the swearing-in of SS standard-bearers at the Reich Party Congress, Nuremberg, 1938. Everything was carefully staged and orchestrated. Nighttime processions lit by fire and bonfires upon which books were burned were all choreographed for effect. Nuremberg, Germany, 1938. They reveled in tales of heroism and glorified war. Images from the Nuremberg rallies still impress us today with the absolute precision and dramatic scale of the stage set by the Hitler regime on the Zeppelin fields. Reich Minister of Propaganda Joseph Goebbels speaking at the Lustgarten in Berlin, 1938. The black-white-red color scheme is based upon the colors of the flag of the German Empire. The black-white-red colors were commonly associated with anti-Weimar Republic German nationalists after the fall of the German Empire and Mein Kampf. Adolf Hitler defined the symbolism of the swastika flag. The red represents the social idea of the Nazi movement, the white disc represents the national idea, and the black swastika, used in Aryan cultures for millennia, represents the mission of the struggle for the victory of the Aryan man and, by the same token, the victory of creative work. Reich Party Congress, Nuremberg, Germany, 1938. Hitler knew that the colors red, white and black combined create a psychological sense of intimidation and power, which is why a lot of propaganda like these banners use the same color combination. Adolf Hitler makes keynote address at Reichstag session, Kroll Opera House, Berlin, 1939. Reich Veterans Day, 1939. Annual midnight swearing-in of SS troops at Feldernau, Munich, 1938. Reichserntedankfest, 1934. Scene along roadway to the Fullersleben Volkswagen Works cornerstone ceremony, Germany, 1938. Photographer, Hugo Jager. Photo credit, Life magazine,